Today, we're digging into a really fascinating new paper that could totally change how the websites and apps we use every single day get built.
You know what I'm talking about, right? A company decides to move a menu or change the color of a button, and it feels like it takes forever. Months, sometimes even a whole year. Well, there's a reason for that, and it all comes down to one really critical process.
And that process is called A/B testing. It is the absolute gold standard for making design decisions at big tech companies. Think Amazon, Netflix, Microsoft, you name it. The idea is super simple. You show one group of people the old design, let's call that A, and another group gets the new one, B. Then you just watch and see which version gets more clicks or more purchases or whatever you're measuring. It's how they make sure a change is actually for the better. But there's a big problem. Yeah, while it sounds easy on paper, the reality of A/B testing is, well, it's a mess. It has become a massive, frustrating bottleneck for pretty much everyone in the industry.
I mean, just look at what it takes to run a single test. You've got at least 6 major stages here. You have to come up with the idea, get the whole team to agree, design the experiment, actually build the new feature, launch the test, and then analyze all the data. This whole pipeline can easily drag on for months.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. The researchers behind this paper talked to people in the industry, and one software development manager put it perfectly. They said they had features that took a year and a half to get through this whole process. A year and a half.
So you can see how it all adds up to this system that's just painfully slow and incredibly expensive. You have to build the entire new thing before you get any feedback. And you're fighting with other teams for the limited number of real users you can show it to. And the craziest part, after all that work, after months and months, up to a third of these tests just fail. All that time and money, just gone.
This is where this new research just flips the whole script. What if you could get all the data, all the insights of A/B testing, but without the bottlenecks? What if you didn't need thousands of real people at all?
And this brings us to the core idea of the paper, a brand new system they built called AgentA/B.
So, what is AgentA/B? Well, it's a system that uses AI agents powered by large language models to basically act like a giant focus group of virtual users. These AI agents can browse real websites, click on things, and complete tasks, pretty much just like a person would. And this allows for totally automated testing on a massive scale. And the difference here is just staggering. Seriously. Instead of waiting for real people to show up, you can spin up thousands of AI agent personas in an instant. That feedback loop shrinks from months down to hours, and it costs way less. All of a sudden, you're not just testing 2 ideas against each other, you could test dozens.
Okay, so how does this digital focus group actually do its thing? Let's pop the hood and see how it works.
The whole process has 4 main stages. First, the system creates thousands of unique AI personas. Think of someone like Marcus, a 35-year-old graphic designer looking for new software, or Sarah, a college student trying to find the best deal on a textbook. Then it assigns these agents to either the A version or the B version of the website. Next, the agents just go for it. They interact with the live site. And finally, the system crunches all the numbers from their behavior and gives you a clear result. And for each individual agent, the real magic is in this little loop that just runs over and over. The agent sees the web page, not as an image, but as simplified, structured text. It takes that data, along with its persona and its goal, like find a solar filter for my telescope, and it thinks about what to do next. It might decide, okay, I should click the search bar, or I need to apply a price filter. Then an execution module actually performs that click or that action in a real web browser. See, think, act, over and over. So this all sounds really cool in theory, right? But does it actually work in the real world? To find out, the researchers unleashed 1,000 of their AI agents on one of the biggest, most complicated websites on the planet, Amazon.com. The test they ran was simple, but really important for e-commerce. The control group saw the Amazon site as it is today, with that long list of every possible product filter on the left. The treatment group, though, they saw a new design where an AI ranked the filters and only showed them the ones that were most relevant to their search. The big question was, does a cleaner, smarter interface actually lead to better results? Now, before we get to the final results, this is super interesting. Look at how the agents behaved compared to real people. We can see that humans, well, we like to browse and explore. We take about 16 actions on average. The AI agents are totally different. They are laser-focused, taking only about 6 actions to get their task done. And that's not a bad thing. This super goal-directed behavior is exactly what makes them so consistent and so perfect for a test like this.
Okay, now for the big reveal. The group of agents that saw the new, smarter filter design, they made a grand total of 414 purchases. But what does that number mean? How does it stack up against the old design?
And here it is, the full results. That new design wasn't just cleaner, it was better. The agents made 10 more purchases, and even more importantly, they spent more money on average, almost $61 compared to just $55. That streamlined interface directly led to more sales and higher spending. And the researchers were quick to point out that this result was consistent with what they found in parallel studies with actual human users. It works.
So this is way more than just a cool experiment on Amazon. It's really pointing to a huge shift in how our entire digital world gets built. So what does this future actually look like for us?
Well, for starters, design cycles could go from months to just hours. It also lets developers test designs for groups that are often overlooked. You can create AI personas for older adults or people with low digital literacy to make sure new designs work for them too. It's also completely risk-free. You can find out if a design is a total disaster before a single real person ever has to suffer through it. It's a whole new way of creating a smarter, faster, and just plain better internet.
Which kind of leaves us with this one big fascinating question. We're moving from a world where we test designs on people to one where AI can test designs for people. So, how long is it going to be before these same AI agents aren't just testing our websites, but actually helping to design them for us from the very beginning?